Hello?
You hear me, right?
You
Can
might
you hear me,
maybe want to
sir?
leave and come back before we start.
Hold on, I did. Taking forever.
How's everybody doing? And welcome. Alright. Alrighty.
Alright, I'm good now. I'm sorry.
Alright, we got Sir K back, guys.
Oh, you were live.
Yes,
Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. Fuck. Let me tweet.
you should be.
I didn't even get the
Everyone's let down.
notifications that we're live. Wait.
They've been waiting to see you.
No one's even watching. Let me get this link. Bro, as I pressed leave party, it froze completely.
Wow.
I was like, bro. And I saw your tweet and I was like, no. Yeah, well.
Alright. Okay. Alright. All good on my end of things.
I just gotta post on Instagram. Take 2 seconds.
1, 2. Are you
Go
done?
fuck yourself. No. I'm not fucking done.
Waiting.
I'm done, you bitch.
Are you done?
Go on. Yes. Wait.
Okay. Oh my god.
Yes.
Serious? Okay. Gosh. Okay.
Oh.
Alright, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, What is going on tonight on this lovely Friday night? Now that we got Sir K back, man, we can finally kick this thing off. But nonetheless, yes, welcome everybody to. Oh wow, I didn't even realize last episode in one of these tournaments, Kurt Hawkins beat Kevin Owens. Was not expecting that. Interesting. I'm just finding this out. Okay. Anyway, so yes, we are back on here with the news edition of the podcast, where 1 week ago we announced Notorious Unscripted, which, if you guys do not know, is our new show, and we are doing that instead of our theme shows, and that is our new show. We are going basically unscripted, pretty much. No notes, no stories to talk about, nothing. Just shooting from the hip. So, yeah, man. Yes, but yeah, again, welcome everybody to the news edition of the podcast. We got a lot of stories today, and yeah, man, we got a lot of stories. With SummerSlam inching closer, WWE decides to pull a lot of things out of the bag, and we are going to go over such things tonight. Also, with a bunch of other stories. And again, this is the Notorious Heels Podcast. If this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who I am. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this podcast, and for the other half, we got Sir K here. How's it going, bro?
It's going good, bro. It's going good. I just, last 2 days, told you, but, I just got to spend time with my dad. We went out to this, random ass lake.
Wow.
In Michigan and just fished and shit. It was cool.
Okay.
It was fun. It was fun. Yeah, that's basically all we did, man. It was fun. And, back here, got home, showered, and napped. So, because I had to get up at like fucking 7 the other day yesterday to go to it. So, I literally, I don't think I woke up that early since school ended. So, like, it's been a minute, bro. That shit was tough. But overall, bro, it was the last good 2 days, bro. How about you?
Yeah, good last 2 days as well. Pretty much just hung out with sister and my niece. So I told you guys, I think last week, I was able to break the news. I flew them out here. So, yeah, I mean, spending family time today. Went out to eat with my girlfriend and my sister. We did that 2 days ago, Wednesday as well. So I got to miss wrestling, but for a good reason, because this stuff is just ridiculous lately. Honestly, except for AEW, and I'm not even just being a mark, but genuinely, the show I enjoy more is AEW. So I mean, there's a few bright spots on NXT. I'm digging Phantasma's group, or Legado Phantasma. What else am I digging on NXT? I'm really sad Dexter Lumis is injured, which is one of the stories on here. We'll get into our thoughts about that, but I'm pretty sure you guys have heard the news. Damian Priest as well. Love Damian Priest. Love Io Shirai. So I don't know if she was on the show, but yeah. I mean, there's a few bright spots on NXT, but it's not an actual story, so I guess we can go over it now. I mean, it's not technically, it doesn't have to be a story, but I'm pretty sure you guys know, but when you bring Pat McAfee into a show where he's wrestling Adam Cole, don't bring that stuff onto our show, okay? NXT is our show. Keep that shit for the main roster, honestly. But yeah, I got to miss wrestling the next 2 nights. I caught a little bit of SmackDown today. I literally caught the end of it, which, that is one of the stories, so we'll kind of get onto what that's all about, here in a little bit. But AEW, I mean, that's just genuinely the show I just happen to enjoy more. But yeah, so, I mean, just hanging out, bro, enjoying the time, so yeah, that's my life for the past couple days. Yeah, bro, yeah, so, If there's anything you guys want us to touch on before we get on to the news, let us know now. But yeah, without further ado, man, I guess we could get into our stories. So, where do I start? Well, I guess we can start with this one since we just brought it up. This week on NXT, obviously they are having a 5-man ladder match for the North American Championship that the NXT champion Keith Lee had to relinquish. Well, not had to relinquish, but he willingly gave it up to create opportunity for more people. Blah blah blah, whatever. He's not the North American champion anymore, so they're having a ladder match for the championship, and there was 5 men in it. The 5 men that have so far been in the match were Dexter Lumis, Bronson Reed, and this week we found out Damian Priest. But literally right after Damian Priest won the match, William Regal announced that Mr. Dexter Lumis is out, and he sustained an ankle injury in his triple threat match with Finn Balor and Timothy Thatcher. And Lumis is out of TakeOver 30, and he will be replaced by, I think it's going to be a triple threat of Gargano, Balor, and Ridge Holland. So, yeah, what do you think about this news, bro?
Bro, that fucking sucked for Dexter Lumis, man, because I remember when he first debuted in that fucking breakout tournament, and he was the ones that actually broke out, but they didn't do shit with him. And now, we're finally starting to do shit with him, because he's a really good and really cool-ass talent, and just, he gets injured, man. It always sucks, bro. Injuries always happen to those who are doing really good, or those are on their way to do really good, and that just fucking sucks, man. Because he's about to do some cool shit. I probably would have predicted him to win that fucking ladder match too, if I was being honest. But now he's gonna wait a couple months because he's got what is it? Isn't it like an elbow injury? Didn't you just say?
Ankle.
What is it? Ankle injury. Yeah, man. It's gonna take a couple months to heal that, man. Which fucking sucks, man. Don't wish it on anybody, especially someone who's doing so great right now. But whoever he's getting replaced with, whether it's Gargano, that Rich Holland guy, which I see his little promo package, he doesn't look bad. He just hasn't. We've seen nothing from this guy so far.
He's NXT UK. He came over.
Well,
he's like undefeated. He's like a big. Apparently, he's like a big thing in NXT UK. But I mean, I just found this out Wednesday. But when I seen him, the only thing I think when I see him is I'm like, oh shit, that's Luke Menzies.
Damn. To me, he feels like an NXT UK of Timothy Thatcher. I don't know why. It just feels like a UK version of him.
Thatcher.
I don't know. It just seems gritty
Jack
shit.
the Ripper.
Yeah, it just seems super gritty, bro. Which, I mean, there's clearly a lot of potential in him, but just personally, at least for me and you, we know fucking nothing about this dude. Like, I'm gonna be real. Unless you live in the UK, you don't watch NXT UK. That's just how real it is, man. I think we need to learn more about him. I would say probably why you should put him in this ladder match. He shouldn't win, but we can learn a lot from him through this ladder match, man. So I think he should be his replacement, because Gargano doesn't need it. He's still on his heel because, he's got good enough as babyface mentality, shit like that. He's still doing that shit, so that's gonna take time. And then, who was the third person in that match?
Finn,
and then, bro, I love Finn. He doesn't need it. He doesn't fucking... Bro, I love Finn, but he doesn't need to win, basically much at all in NXT anymore. He's already established as top, as good as we know what he can do. He doesn't need to win this, bro. If he wins this, I'm genuinely gonna be upset, because that's gonna be some Charlotte shit, and I don't think Finn's on that level, but in NXT, bro, low key, he's getting there. To me, man, to me. But overall, it sucks for Dexter Lumis. It's just starting to get over. Clearly, again, no offense, but I think he's one of those obviously clearly getting over and just gets injured, man. You hate to see it, man, but whoever his replacement is, it's still gonna be a good ass match, bro. What do you think about this?
Um, yeah, so, yeah, dude, Dexter, he probably would have won the match, if I'm being 100% honest. Now, I'd rather probably say it's either going to be between Damian Priest or Bronson Reed, the way it's looking now, unless they put somebody in there that's a complete game changer. But, yeah, Finn, so obviously Gargano doesn't really need it. Obviously, he's like doing his own thing. Well, the thing is, Finn doesn't need it, but I think it would be cool if they would push him. So it's like, for me, like, I want to see Finn doing more in NXT, but I don't want to see him beating guys like Damian Priest for practically no reason, if you will. Like, so, one of the things I was thinking is, like, what if they gave him this gimmick where, like, or, like, not really a gimmick, but what if they gave him, like, this kind of persona where, so, a lot of people complain about, like, older stars of NXT coming back, like Charlotte, pretty much. What if you gave Finn this kind of gimmick where he's basically like, do you guys honestly think I give a fuck to build new stars? You know what I mean? Kind of like this, because like now he's kind of just like, I'm a big star. I know everybody wants to fight me to get the push. That's what he says. But I don't know. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's like for Finn, dude, honestly, ever since he's came back to NXT, I love Finn, but he just hasn't seemed as hungry as he once was.
He really doesn't.
He kind of seems like, I wouldn't say he's like kind of passing by week, because that's like total Nakamura level, but like, he just doesn't seem as hungry as he once was, if I'm being honest with you. Obviously he has a wife now, and he's probably kind of, not gassed, but he probably just, the main roster, honestly, probably just fucking drained the shit out of him, if I'm being honest with you. But, yeah, back to Loomis. So, yes, personally, I think Ridge Holland should win. I would like to see a lot more from Ridge Holland. And, I would like to know a lot more about him. When he was making his entrance on NXT, they did say he's never been pinned or submitted in NXT UK. I like his look. I like his entrance. I would like to figure out more from him. And yeah, I think it would be beneficial to the whole theme of this ladder match's opportunity, right? That's why Keith Lee dropped the title. So I think who better to give the like, I would like to see Finn, but like, I feel like they would have to give him some kind of gimmick like that first to be like, I'm back here. I don't give a shit about these new stars. I don't give a shit about helping building the future of this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that way it can build up to a future star fucking beating him or something. I don't know, but I don't know. I'm just so against that loss for Damian Priest. And it's like, Finn is established. He can take that loss. And it's only going to make Damian Priest look better because Finn is so built and he has such a huge resume. First Universal Champ, one of the best NXT champs, one of the best NXT runs, at least on my Mount Rushmore of NXT. I can't remember if he was on yours or not, but one of the coolest guys in WWE. And, you know, just like Damian Priest is so promising. Like, you can have fucking Finn Balor beat Oni Lorcan or fucking, who's like one of the lower tier guys in NXT, like Joaquin Phoenix, you know, or Boa. Remember Boa?
Oh yeah,
Oh
boy.
yeah, why do I always call him? Oh yeah, because the guy, Joaquin Wild, whatever the fuck his name is. But yeah, but Damian Priest, for somebody who has such a belief in this gimmick of living in infamy and destroying all the targets to make his name live forever, and then you're just gonna go out and pick a fight with Finn, but then lose. If you're trying to build somebody,
Don't pick a lie.
you just can't do stuff like that, especially for somebody who's so established like Finn. So I don't know, but yeah, Loomis being out, I mean, absolutely sucks. But yeah, bro. So yeah, I mean, injuries are never good. You never want to see any kind of injury happen to anybody, really. But yeah, but it genuinely sucks considering he was one of the guys who everybody seemed to take a liking to, and I would really like to see how the Full Sail crowd would react to him because he's such a different character.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I would really like to see how they would react to Dexter Loomis. But yeah, man. Moving on here. Speaking of him, we actually have some news on Ridge Holland. We have some news. Ridge Holland is seeming to be by WWE officials as the next big thing in NXT. What do you think?
Alright. I like this guy. I like him a lot. And I do actually see him as a future North American champion at the least. I do see that in him.
Yeah.
But not yet. He's too, like, listen, I guess, apparently he did great in NXT UK. But most people who watch NXT don't watch NXT UK, bro. And just, NXT UK just wasn't it. I'm gonna be real with you. That show just wasn't it for me. Uh, didn't watch it. And this guy seems like a great talent. Just Vince loves, and the rest of the people backstage love to just get this idea of someone being great and then run with it. Push him to a spot where if he's stopped getting pushed, he's fucked. And then after 2 months, they get bored of him and stop pushing him. And guess what? They get fucked. Look what happened to the Ascension. Sanity. Sorry, Ricochet. Come on, Aleister Black. All these people were seen as potentially great. They were high on him at the time. They send him up, or they do something big with him, and then how many months later, they're either bored or they just don't know what to do with this person. I like this guy. He has a lot of potential. Just build him up with it. Don't instantly push him. Don't fucking, put him to the top instantly. Don't shove him down people's throat. Let him get over the NXT way, and he'll be over as fuck until he goes to the main roster. But that's a bridge they all cross, man. So he's got a lot. I like this guy. I really do. But just wait. Just let it play out naturally, and you will get an Aleister Black type guy. You will get a Ricochet. You will get what was a Dane. You'll get that. But just when you send them up eventually, just wait for the inevitable. Wait for them to get bored or just confused and don't know what to do, and wait till this guy for his booking to just die him off. But just don't do it too fast, because this dude has potential, man. But yeah, man, they're high on him, but they're also high on who's that blonde guy they'd like to think of as the next Edge? I always forget his name.
Cal Bloom.
They also see a lot in Cal Bloom, or they did. Don't know what happened to that, so just take that as a fucking as that. They'll see some in random people all the time. A month later, forget about it, man. So, like I said, a lot of potential, but just let it play out naturally, because that is what NXT mid card is like best for. Because look at all the great like mid card people. Like, I mean, I think Dane was more of an mid card guy, but he was built as a mid card guy through the mid card, and he was so fucking great, man. Just look at that, man, and you could build stars. But what do you think about that news, man?
Yeah, I mean, a guy like Ridge Holland is obviously he's got a kick-ass entrance. He's got an alright team song. I didn't really listen to it in full effect, but it didn't sound god awful. But yeah, I mean, he's got a good look. He's good in the ring. He's alright in the ring. He's not fucking Nia Jax by any means necessary, but yeah, bro, I'd say it doesn't hurt to try. It really doesn't. So yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't hurt to try. Like I was saying on Unscripted a couple days ago, if you are so high on guys you just mentioned like Cal Bloom or Brendan Vink, you can put them in Seth's faction to try them out, see how they will do, see how their acting is, see how their wrestling is on a big stage. It doesn't hurt to try, especially in a group like Seth's group. But with Ridge Holland, bro, it doesn't hurt to try. You know what I mean? He's not awful, so you can give him a shot and see how he does under the pressure of a takeover and under the circumstances of being in NXT and competing with some of the best people in WWE, or the best booked people in WWE at least. So yeah, man, it definitely does not hurt to try with Ridge Holland at all. But yeah, and definitely it does not hurt to try with him at all. And I think why the hell not? You know. Yeah, but speaking of people that they see big things in, on the Wrestling Observer, it reported that Vince McMahon sees big things. I emphasize that
Okay.
in Bianca Belair and Peyton Royce, and yeah, he sees Peyton Royce as a single star, actually, and obviously Bianca Belair is a single star too. He sees big things in those two women. What do you think about that?
Bro, so you're just now seeing big things in Bianca Belair after you put her on fucking main event, what, 3 weeks after she was called up to the main roster? Bro, she's one of the best women's talents you fucking have, and just now you're seeing after you. Bro, I hate how Vince does that. You know, when Vince should see something in them before he calls them up, that's why they should be called up. Like, bro, you can't call someone up, and then a month and a half later, you're like, oh, damn, this person's actually good. I thought you just sent them up here because they got nothing left to do. Like, bro, come on, Vince. Vince has the NXT and my main roster like formula all wrong. He really does, man. But I say it is a good thing that he sees someone Bianca, even though, bro, how long is this gonna last? Like we just said with fucking Cal Bloom. Whatever happened to that dude? Like, when was the last time his ass was on TV? Like, he's probably on main event at this fucking point. Poor dude. But, like, bro, I hope they do see a lot of Bianca. I hope that they run with Bianca. But I have no hope, man. I have no faith in them. No faith. Even though I want them to, I that's not gonna happen. It's not, bro. And as for Peyton Royce, bro, bro, like, first of all, never, please, for the love of anything, never split her up from Billy Kay, man. Having to deal with those two separately, maybe even on separate shows. Bro, no, please, spare us from. Bro, this booking is already bad enough. Spare us from that. But, like, bro, what what do they see in Peyton Royce exactly? I would like to ask Vince that, because I mean, she's not that great in the ring. She was halfway decent in NXT only because she was booked by Triple H and his team. Other than that, what is Peyton Royce besides legit annoying? What is there in Peyton Royce? She's not gonna be a women's champion. Oh, hopefully not. I could, I could weirdly see them putting the fucking Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank on her, I just feels like something they would like to give to her, and my God, would that be torture? But just, what do you see in Peyton Royce is the real question, and hopefully they don't pull Otis with her man, where they see something with her, split her up from from her best friend, her homie, her partner, you know, and then a fucking month later they just forget about her, and now those two are stuck separately for God knows how long. So let's just hope that they get that out of their idea, get that out of fucking Vince's mind about Peyton Royce before they split her and Billy Kay up, because a month after, neither will be doing shit, and then they'll have some fucking mid-card women's feud for nothing, for the annoyance of the fans, because my God, oh bro, imagine if they gave them a pay-per-view match against each other. That is the definition of kickoff match. Really is, man. So, you see, has high things on both of those two. With Bianca, I mean, it's a good thing, but how long will it last, man? And with Peyton Royce, hopefully it doesn't last too long, or else they're gonna fuck some things up, and then the fans are gonna be the ones that have to pay by watching them. So that's not gonna be good, man. But what do you think about that shit?
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, dude. If you didn't see big things in Bianca Belair when you initially called her up, then don't call her up. Let her be an NXT Women's Champion and see how she does in that role. Give it time if you don't see big things in her. That formula is just ass backwards, bro. They should have to wait a minute in NXT, and then once they wait that minute, start doing how Triple H's team does best. And then when they get to the main roster, they should be pushed, because that's what people want to see them do on the main roster, is get pushed.
Exactly.
You would think that that's obvious, but apparently not. And as for Peyton Royce, as far as an in-ring standpoint, I mean, she's not the worst. She's not Asuka, but she's not the worst. She's a lot better than Billy Kay, but she's okay, and it's probably only because of who her boyfriend is, or her husband is, but yeah, I mean, character-wise, who is Peyton Royce? She's
exactly
just Billy Kay's friend, and they're both annoying together. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, fucking Vince, who knows what this guy's thinking anymore at this point. Yeah, so, I mean, with Bianca, who's fucking telling how long that can last? She's back in a feud with Zelina Vega again, and that is what she got called up doing. And now they're just back in it again. So, who fucking knows at this point? Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what you want me to say. Who is probably gonna last a nice week and a half before Vince fucking doesn't even know her name anymore. And as for Peyton Royce, again, she's not the worst in ring, but why? Why, bro? What about her character is so interesting? What even is her character? And it's not like she has any mic skills or anything like that. Obviously, as we know, but yeah, man, I mean, fucking Vince. NXT news. Let's see. Anything about... Oh, one of the things you sent me. Okay, let's see. Rhea Ripley says she wants to stay in NXT for a long time. She says, I don't think I can ever outgrow NXT. There is always something coming up, and honestly, I want to be in NXT for a long, long time. Whether that's the case or not, I don't know. I don't have that call. I feel like I have so much more to do here. Whether that's singles matches or whatever, I love NXT and I love being a part of it. And I hope I'm here for longer. I guess we'll see. What do you think, bro?
Thank God, bro. Thank you. Oh God, because like, bro, I don't get why there's a notion of the second after you win a major NXT title, whether it's men or women's, after you lose it, you gotta go up. I don't, never got. I understand if you're like, if you did everything, like, like, I don't want him to go up, and people have theories about Ciampa. He's someone that did do everything. He still has stuff to do, but
North
he's
American
someone that
title.
that's true. Or like a Gargano. Gargano's done fucking everything, but I mean, he's still got shit in NXT to do a lot. But like, he's someone that can go up, like in terms of accolades, in terms of like things. But like, at the main roster, whenever Drew McIntyre loses this, is he gonna go right to SmackDown right after? I mean, maybe at the draft, but would he normally? No. Like, just because you win the world title doesn't mean you gotta leave the brand. Like, come on. I understand if you did, or if you are more built for the main roster, or like if you're like Karrion Kross. People know, we already know, after Karrion Kross loses that thing, when he does win it, he's going right up to the main roster. We all know that. But like, do we really want, or really should Adam Cole come up right after he loses that? Should Ciampa have came up after he lost? Should, like, come on, man. You don't have to go up after you lose the world title. Like, again, I understand, like, Shayna. She had a long ass reign, and even though it would be nice to have her stay down in NXT, you know, she has stuff to do on the main roster, but, like, Rhea Ripley doesn't need to go up. Neither did a Bianca. Io, please don't, please, please keep her down there for a fucking good fat minute, man. But like, of course she does have stuff to do, man. There's always stuff to do in NXT. There's always new women coming in. There's always new feuds you could do. New tournaments in NXT, man. There's in NXT, although they've been pretty rocky lately, because I will admit, even though I'm an NXT mark, they have been pretty rocky lately. They usually always have some type of mid-card women's unit going, and she could always be a part of something like that, man. Which I would always like, man. So, she wants to stay in NXT for longer. Good, bro. And I bet she's seen when she sees the fucking chaos that is main roster backstage. She is probably wanting to avoid that. Like it's the fucking plague, man. Fuck that. She probably sees that shit and she's like, nope, fuck that. But yeah, bro. She's clearly smart, but I don't blame her, man, because I would do the same thing. I would want to stay in NXT for a good minute, man. No matter what you do in NXT, man, at this point, there's always more to do. There's always a revolving circle of new guys, new things to do, new storylines. So keep on NXT, man. It'll be some great shit, man. What do you think about this?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's always something for Rhea to do in NXT, especially because this woman has fallen so far down the ladder compared to where she was back when we went to War Games, and now
Oh, bro.
it is a drastic difference, to say the very least. And yeah, I think that there is 110% a lot more for her to do, and I think and I hope that she does, because yeah, man, like you said, I'm sure she's seen the chaos that is the main roster, and by by all means does not want any part of that, and yeah, I mean, uh, Rhea, yeah, I mean, there is always a storyline, for Rhea, and she hopefully gets in one soon, considering the fact of some kind of redemption storyline, maybe a some kind of fucking heel turn or something. Because I don't necessarily know what you should do with Rhea Ripley, but it's got to be something, man, considering the fact of just how far she has fallen off from where she was at one point. So, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I hope she does stay in NXT, but I do understand once you're in I understand they like the booking, but once you're in a certain point for a long time, eventually things to do can run out. I mean, that's why there is a WWE draft, and completely, trust me, I understand why they want to stay in NXT, but sometimes it is better to freshen things up, but the main roster is not necessarily a freshen up. It's pretty much just you behind a different set of lights, depending on the color, but of the show. But yeah. I mean, I understand why, obviously, call-ups happen. Obviously, you can't stay on the same brand forever, which is why I think they should have did dual NXT brands instead of an NXT UK. But I guess that's how they had to get Walter, huh? So, yeah. But Rhea, I mean, hopefully she could stay in NXT for as long as the time is right. So I would hope so, for sure. But moving on here, Rey Mysterio, Dave Meltzer noted that he cannot fully confirm, but he cannot fully confirm that Rey Mysterio fully re-signs to WWE, but it looks to be extremely likely. There were reports that AEW had matched WWE's contract offer. However, it looks like the master of the 619 is sticking with WWE. What do you think, bro?
God, well, another thing, apparently, somewhere WWE official, I think they tweeted or something, but they said something about his eye is slowly healing. So I guess they're just gonna scrap his fucking poked out eye. Eventually, they probably will. They'll probably just have him be normal when he comes back, bro. Probably wear a fucking eye patch for like 3 weeks. But, I mean, I think I get where Ray is coming from, man, because his son is starting his career in the company that, Rey Mysterio built his legacy on, and you know how petty Vince is, man. If Ray does leave, especially for AEW, man. Dominic is fucked, bro. They are gonna just. God, I was about to say they were gonna fuck that kid, but they are just gonna screw with that kid so much that he is gonna not want to wrestle in his career, man. Or he's gonna go to AEW himself. So, I think, although I would rather much see Rey Mysterio on an AEW, man, he's playing the right move, man. He knows his son is starting his career in this company, man. And he probably just wants to stick by his son, man. Because how many years does Ray left actually wrestling in programs and matches and rivalries? I say probably 2 or 3 more years, maybe 4. Doubt it. But come on, man. He's gonna pass whatever he can onto his son, through some type of shit in this company, man, and then that's how it's gonna be, man. Although I would have liked to see Ray in AEW, man, it would have been fun to see on BT when they fucking talk about his eye. That's not bad at all on BT, but we're not gonna get that, man. Which,
that would have been funny.
It would have been funny as shit, man, and it sucks, but I get what Ray's doing, man, and I mean it's not even about the money because Meltzer just said, you just said that Meltzer said, AEW can clearly match any contract that WWE has, but I think Ray is just playing the right moves with his son and his legacy and his son's, future potential, man. So I understand where Ray's coming from, man, but it would have just been cool as shit to see him in AEW, but I don't blame him at all, man. But what do you think about this Rey Mysterio stuff?
I think Dominic looks like a baby for being 23 years old.
I swear I thought he was gonna be like 19.
That's what I thought.
But he's 23, bro, and he's the same size as he's 6'2", same height as fucking Seth.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seth. That's so fucking weird.
So,
Yeah, bro. 10 years ago, if AEW was a thing, I definitely think it's the right move, obviously, because you don't have your son in the mix of this, and you know that WWE is going to bury this kid, this 23-year-old kid that could be a prodigy, but if Ray leaves, we won't ever get to know that until his contract's up, because they will probably have this poor kid fucking go out there in street clothes every night and fucking either run around for the 24/7 title and lose, or get absolutely buried by WWE's top stars, and it will probably drive the poor kid away from wrestling, and he'll never want to wrestle again, and you can't fucking blame him. But yeah, obviously, if AEW is going to match that, for Rey Mysterio, you're getting the same amount of money, and you're more happy, lighter schedule, creative freedom, a lot less overproducedness. But obviously, your son's here now, and WWE will obviously give you access to the Performance Center because you're a WWE superstar, and so obviously you can train him there, but yeah, I mean, Dominic's in the mix now, so I mean, Ray's bound to stay, just due to that factor alone. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it was the right decision on his part, bro, just for his son's sake, because all of us know, man, once that kid is in WWE and his dad is in AEW, he's done. He is done, bro. That poor kid is gonna be so fucked, man. All by himself, in WWE, the land of the pettiness, so they will fucking treat him so petty, and yeah, so plus, Rey Mysterio will probably never be in the WWE Hall of Fame either. Matt Hardy probably won't.
Oh no. Oh, bro, if when they put Jeff in there and if they don't have Matt there, even just there, they're the most petty losers ever. Oh my god.
That's why there should be. With the NBA, I think they do. Well, I know they do a basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So it's not based off your NBA career, it's what you've done for the game. It should be the same thing with wrestling. We should have a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame instead of a WWE Hall of Fame, because that shit, bro, guys like Chris Hero, who've done so much for this business on the indie side of it, and Colt Cabana, will never, ever be in a conversation to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And the Wyatt family will probably never be put in there because of Luke Harper. I wouldn't see them ever putting Legacy in there, because Cody. But I mean, the Elite's not necessarily a problem, because all AEW has to realistically do is start an AEW Hall. Fucking amazing. And he definitely deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Will he? No. Because of the fact that he stood up for what he believed in, he questioned them, and he stuck his middle finger in their face and said, "Fuck you, I'm leaving. If you want to treat me like an asshole, I'm fucking leaving." And that's exactly what he did. And then he went out and talked shit about the company, which is what they deserve when you treat somebody like that fucking horribly. And he's crucified for it, and he's a villain. No. Yeah. It's ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. The fact that somebody can be so over and make you so much money, but because of how you personally feel, they can't be in that. They can't be in your Hall of Fame. Fuck that shit. Yeah, that's another good one. Chris Jericho will probably never be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Chris Jericho. Think about that. Chris Jericho will probably never see the WWE Hall of Fame. Chris Jericho, again, Chris fucking Jericho, one of the most iconic legends in wrestling. And if Edge would have went to fucking oh no, I can't even say that. He's already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Fucking Michael Cole reminds us enough. The Hall of Famer.
If Edge goes to AEW and that's why they finally put fucking Christian in the Hall of Fame, just to spite Edge, that would be so fucked up. And I feel bad for Christian too, because to them the only reason he's in that thing is because they want to be petty, when he should already be in there. I mean, he is, but by himself, bro. Because what he did outside of the company, yeah, deserves it.
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
He's not at all?
No.
I thought Edge and Christian were in.
Did they?
I think they did, yeah.
Let's do it quick.
Yeah, I think Edge got inducted twice with Edge and Christian and just himself. And if I'm wrong, then God fuck. But I think Christian is in there with Edge as a tag team. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like it. If he's not, then that's just fucked up.
Hmm.
Swear, I thought he was.
No, not at all.
Man, I really thought he was, but like, bro, Christian's someone who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Will he? No.
You want to know why? They're probably still mad at him for jumping ship to TNA back in like 03 or some shit.
Swear, because they actually want to book him good. Because they actually see something in him. Like, it's like, oh my god. Like, I hate the whole idea of jumping ship. That doesn't exist, bro. Like,
they are finding a better career path.
Exactly. Company loyalty is fucking stupid. Like, I don't care what company I'd be working for. If there's a better opportunity somewhere else, bet your ass I'm leaving, bro. Unless I don't want to leave my homies, which most likely I'd bring them with me. I wouldn't be just leaving. I would just leave a company, bro. Company loyalty is fucking stupid, especially in a sport.
When they treat you like shit.
Yeah, like if I was at Home Depot and they were treating me like shit and I got a job opportunity at fucking Menards, bet your ass I go work at Menards. Because the fuck? Am I stupid? No. God. And especially loyal to someone like Vince, who's not loyal to anyone but himself. Vince isn't loyal to these people. Vince would drop any one of these people at a dime if the next up person came up, bro. Like, as much as he loved Roman, if the next better version of Roman came along, he would drop Roman at a dime. That's just proves why the company loyalty, especially to WWE, is fucking pointless.
Exactly, bro. Like, how do you expect somebody like Matt Hardy to have company loyalty when he basically is coming to WWE and behind him is 50 semi-trucks filled with money and a broken gimmick? And what do? You put a stop sign right there. And you let Matt Hardy come over, but you leave his gimmick back there. How do you expect? And then you want to embarrass him on his way out of the company by putting him in a neck brace and acting like a cripple. What? And you expect him to have company loyalty? Listen, if you're The Undertaker, bro, company loyalty, sure. Because WWE has done you amazing things. They've always treated you right. John Cena, too. Another one. But if you're a guy like Matt Hardy, where, no disrespect to Jeff, but they fucking just, here's Jeff Hardy and his brother. They never looked at Matt in that kind of way, and you expect him to say, no, WWE's where I made most of my money. I can't go jump ship. What?
What?
Again, if you're Taker or Cena, sure, fine. WWE's done you amazing things, and I'm sure we can all agree on that. But if you're a guy like Ricochet, do you expect him to have company loyalty by the time his contract's up? I mean, he looks like one of those guys that does, but should you expect him to, and should he? Fuck no. Why? Why do you have company loyalty? Why?
If jumping ship is a thing, call me fucking Connor from Assassin's Creed, man. I am jumping off that motherfucker instantly. Second I can.
Honestly, and yeah, but I mean that whole WWE Hall of Fame is just fucking ridiculous. To the point, like I said, the Shield. Should they be in the Hall of Fame? Fuck yeah. For the original Shield. Fuck yeah, they should. Will they? Probably not. It would be so petty if they inducted the Shield with only Roman and Seth.
Or you know, I think they'll eventually do. Just induct Roman and Seth separately, and then that's it. And they'll mention the Shield, but just that's it. That's how they'll do it, bro, because they're that petty. God.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure Edge, like I was saying, Edge. If Edge would have went to AEW, guarantee you, he would probably be erased from the WWE Hall of Fame. Probably. They would not bring up the 2012 Hall of Fame at all because he was the main attraction, and now he jumped ship, so he can't. But honestly, if the Hardy Boys aren't inducted into the Hall of Fame, I believe the Dudley Boys were, but ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous if that's the point, or if that's the case. Because, bro, this guy goddamn near merged his pelvis and his back for you as a young Matt Hardy, literally breaking his body down, and now he's feeling it, and you don't want to do that because he decided to he says it all the time, and it's so true, but to let his career be celebrated instead of embarrassed? What do you think you're doing to Edge's career? Making this guy go out there and wrestle 40-minute boring-ass matches at WrestleMania. You're embarrassing this guy's career. And listen, I understand Edge would love to go out and wrestle 40-minute matches to prove it to himself that he can still hang. But, dude, save a little bit since you're going to be here a while. Save us some.
Seriously.
Fuck. What was I fucking saying? Shit. Like, what was I saying?
Something about Edge in the Hall of Fame, and then, wait, what was the new stuff?
Something about Matt Hardy. Something.
Oh, yeah. Was it?
Yeah, I was just mentioning something about Matt Hardy.
Oh,
the news was the whole thing about Rey Mysterio.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, bro. Embarrassing people's careers. Look, Jeff! Look at what you're doing to Jeff. You are exposing this man, making him probably feel like the biggest piece of shit on earth. Because you want to mess with his addictions that, through the courts, aren't even really settled yet? And that's cool for storyline to you? That's fucking ridiculous, bro. Look at what you were doing to The Undertaker's fucking career. You're lucky that guy's so goddamn loyal, because fucking,
Fuck that.
Honestly, you're lucky that guy's so fucking loyal, because, before he got his hip surgery, you were making this guy come back every fucking year and embarrassing himself? Why?
Seriously.
You were making this guy come back every single year and embarrass himself every single time he stepped in the ring. And that's what you call celebrating one's career? Come on, bro. That's the thing. That's the thing that I like. And then they crucify Matt for it, and they want to do petty little shit like making the twist of fate the twist of fury because Matt Hardy copyrights it. No, he doesn't. He basically he came out and said it. You're just basically making him look like a fucking asshole. And and uh and yeah, I mean Matt's career is actually being fucking celebrated instead of embarrassed. Ridiculous, bro, ridiculous. But yeah, we got way off track there. But yeah,
So
Rey Mysterio, man. Rey Mysterio is more likely to sign with WWE, so his career can be embarrassed too. So
yeah,
poor Rey, but hey, his career will be
not
embarrassed.
forced to.
His career will be embarrassed, but hey, he'll make the WWE Hall of Fame, so I guess it's all good. The meaningless WWE Hall of Fame. But moving on, guys, we got some news about other people leaving WWE. One particularly in Triple H. Not last week. A couple days after that, news came out of there was a lot of falling out and chaos at the Raw tapings, and then some news came out of something that Ryback said it?
Ryback did, yes.
So this isn't actual confirmed news, but it's just some rumors going around. And if Ryback said this, personally, I don't see it happening. Honestly, but
Yeah.
Triple H Ryback said that there is a strong possibility that now Ryback's actually a lot smarter than most of the people would think. Trust me, at 1.2, I was like, who fucking cares what Ryback has to say? But he actually does have a little bit of brains behind most of those steroids, but he has a little bit of brains behind them. So he said that he does not see Triple H sticking around past 65, and I don't see that being true. I think Triple H will stick around, but I think there always is that chance of never say never if his people continue to be buried week after week after week after week
Oh, yeah.
after week.
And then shows get taken over by the same man who's burying his people
Yeah,
every week. Like,
yeah. So, yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. Not too much to say it. Obviously, this isn't news. This is just Ryback. So yeah. I mean, personally, I don't see him like quitting, obviously, because he's married into the family, so clearly he wants something to do with the company, and he cares for it. I mean, obviously he cares for his wife, too, but obviously marrying her, I'm pretty sure he would have known that at some point he would be the one to step up, considering seems to be the only one that has brains back there. And yeah, apparently Vince's real son doesn't, considering his new thing going on. But yeah, Triple H, um, Triple Triple H. Yeah, again, I don't see him leaving. I honestly just see him. I can see him maybe retiring at 65. I don't. It would be crazy, but I don't see him fucking jumping ship to AEW or anything like that. But obviously, that would be really fucking weird.
oh god.
But yeah, yeah. I personally, again, I don't see him leaving. I honestly just see him maybe retiring past 65 if his fucking shows get taken over by dumbass Vince booking, and if his people continue to get buried at the drop of a dime. So yeah, yeah. What do you think about this shit?
Although I think I get what Ryback's trying to say in that, Triple H is clearly frustrated that his people just getting fucked and buried constantly. But
Yeah.
do I see Triple H leaving unless he's just done. I don't see him leaving, man. His wife is the owner's daughter. Um, I just see him waiting for Vince to either retire or just croak so he could take over, or someone else that he, besides Vince takes over. So either he could do his shit in peace or just own it. I think, of course, I could tell he's just annoyed and just frustrated with this man. But, but like, I don't think he can leave. I don't think he can with his relationship and his history. Of course, that's fuck history. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But like, still, his wife is related to the owner. He's fucking, he kind of can't. But does he probably want to? Yeah, but I think it's really him just wanting to either just have his space from Vince or just wanting to take over from Vince. And he's just overall frustrated from that, and easily, I mean, not only Ryback, but anyone can fucking see that, man, because who wouldn't be annoyed if they were fucking Triple H? Because I know I would. I'd be so annoyed with Vince if I was fucking Triple H. And, Triple H is still around, man. After, Sasha and Bayley, before they brought their careers kind of back. Aleister Black, Ricochet, half of the NXT roster that came up. There's so much that, like, if this really got to Triple H like that, he would have left already. But I think he's just waiting out till Vince, croaks.
I was gonna say he's probably just looking at the bigger picture.
He's looking at what he gets by sticking this through, man. So, will he leave? Nah, but does he probably want to? Oh God, yeah. But he's just probably just waiting till he gets power, man, or just gets his space. He clearly wants one of the two, man. But yeah, that's basically it on that.
Yeah, for sure, man. And speaking of people who got frustrated in WWE, Eric Bischoff recently came out and he stated that one of the things that he wanted to do as executive director of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox, he wanted to make it a priority to refresh the career of none other than who you see on your screen. Not Cesaro, the lifer, Dolph Ziggler. What do you think about that, bro?
Oh, we all know where that fucking went. Apparently, he's still the lifer. So, sadly, he didn't get the opportunity to actually, change his career around, which fucking sucks, man. But it just goes to show all the guys that want good, that want these young guys to do good, want to build new talent, get shafted. Look at an Eric Bischoff. We didn't even see him in power in fucking WWE at all. Because they probably found out or realized what he wanted to do. And that didn't line up with Vince, man. Look at fucking Paul Heyman. He was building new stars. He was trying to fucking make these people something. And that didn't go along the lines of Vince McMahon, so he booted him out that position, man. And he put fucking the kiss ass himself, Bruce Pritchard, in his spot, man. I don't know why you want to, revise the career of the lifer, to be honest. He's not the first guy I would choose, but making someone a big star at this point. But I get it, because Dolph is an amazing fucking talent. And he's one of those people that WWE don't want to succeed. I mean, look at him. He's the fucking lifer. Man, it's just like, I feel bad for all parties, man. For Dolph, because he stays the lifer. And, I mean, I don't really feel bad for Dolph at this point, to be honest, because he's putting this on himself. But, like, Eric Bischoff, man. Someone who wants change and wasn't even given a second of creative control to make that change happen, man. That just shows how fucked this company is backstage, man. Because look where he is now, man. He wanted to build a future for people. Where'd he fucking end up? None other than AEW, man. Wonder who he's looking for. I wonder who's his Dolph in AEW. I want to know that. But yeah, bro. I get it. I get what fucking Eric Bischoff wants, man. And it just proves how fucked this company is backstage, man. That I feel bad for him, man. But I mean, he's Eric Bischoff. Well, even if AEW wasn't a thing, he'd have a spot open in TNA, fucking New Japan. You know, he's got all the opportunities, man. But to like be a backstage person, and it's also cool to see him on TNT again because, I mean, how long has it been? Like, I think 20 some years or something.
Yeah, I think
Since
22.
Yeah, I think like 22 years since being on TNT, man. So it's good to see him back in the rival company on TNT. So it comes full circle, man. History clearly does repeat itself, I guess. But yeah, man, good for him, man. Hell, not good for what happened, but good for him now, and that just proves how fucked they are, man. What do you think about that shit?
Yeah, I mean Eric Bischoff is one of the old school mind. So obviously he probably sees a lot of Ric Flair, or what could be, and obviously a lot of fucking Shawn Michaels, considering, I don't know if that was them or him, but considering the fact that they literally dressed this guy up just like Shawn Michaels and had him um, use the super kick as his finisher. So I don't know who did that, but clearly they see something in him, especially when they're of that old school mentality. Hell, we see fucking something in the guy. But yeah, honestly, I really miss Dolph as like the show off. I feel like that was like his own thing, and I don't know, it's fucking WWE. But yeah, man. They're of the old school mentality, and they probably see a lot of old school in Dolph, which, I mean, there is a fairly good amount. So, yeah, I mean, but Dolph is amazing, bro, and it's just unfortunate. Obviously, these executive producers have all these ideas, and only a handful of them got used. I mean, you hear stories about the Raw tapings where 30 segments were pitched to Vince McMahon, and he only was cool with 2 of them. If you can't see a problem in that, it's clearly probably not the writers. It's probably the most picky fucking person on earth who is not open to any new good ideas at all. And who's to fucking say that those 28 other ones that were denied could have been an iconic wrestling moment at any given time that he just fucking denies. I always wonder how much shit he denies that genuinely could have possibly been a iconic wrestling moment, bro. That was just
Seriously.
denied and looked over because it all has to go through one man, which is a fucking horrible way of fucking doing business. And besides, who knows what those 2 segments were, but they were probably fucking garbage. Probably had something to do with Raw Underground and a Molotov cocktail segment. So you got fucking sanity over here. But yeah, but Dolph, poor Dolph. I don't even know what to fucking say anymore about this guy. I want to feel bad for him, but bro, in 2016 when that contract was coming up, you should have got the fuck out of there, bro. I'm sorry, Dolph, but
Should have ran.
honestly, but they opted to, we'll give you the IC title, Dolph. We'll make your dreams come true. And they did exactly the opposite. But
Just cut to Extreme Rules.
yeah, speaking of refreshers, WWE, we brought to you this news a long time ago, and it's coming back up again because it is an idea that they are serious about. The WWE is planning another draft this fall. We told you it was going to be around October time, but apparently it was supposed to be in August, but now they're pushing the draft back to September. So about right after SummerSlam is when we should be seeing another draft. Yeah, what do you think about it?
Good, bro. I hope they fucking do this because these fucking shows need a refresh.
Okay.
Alright, we're
I
good.
apologize. Here, let me make sure this
Sorry.
audio is okay.
Okay. Alright, we're good.
Okay, we're all good. Sorry, continue what you were saying.
Alright, so you can switch up all these rosters all you fucking want, and they need to be. They should be, man. God, especially that tag team roster. Fuck me. But if you don't start pushing new people, or just give the opportunity to new people, nothing will change. Because no matter what show people will be on, they'll still have the same 4 or 5 guys in the main event scene. Like, it's still gonna be Seth whenever right after, this draft if he switches and when he'll come back. Because, he'll take a break. Probably around December, like you said, for his child, of course, but whenever he comes back, he's definitely one of them. Whenever Roman comes back, he's one of them. Drew, I think he's gonna stay at the top for a minute, even after he loses his title. Well, I fucking hope so. Please don't do no mid-card mafia shit no more. Wyatt, sadly Braun Strowman, like they'll have just the same people, no matter what show they're on the top. They'll have the same people at the top of the mid-card division, no matter what company or brand he's on. Andrade will just be forced into a mid-card title. It's gonna stay the same, man. They're like always gonna put New Day and Usos on the same fucking brand and just have them face each other. Like, bro, switch these rosters up, please. But at the same time, do different shit. Try, and when I say different shit, I don't mean the fucking Raw Underground. I mean push new people, do new storylines, something, have new feuds, have not the same fucking feud. God, like it's just just experiment with people. Don't experiment with your fucking segments or none of that. Experiment with your roster, man. That's all you gotta do, man. Just please experiment with like one of probably the best roster in hold on, definitely the best roster in this fucking company's history, man. Like you have fucking so many people and you choose to push the same 6 people, man. Come on, man. Come on, which you know fuck. But yeah, bro. I hope they do this draft. They need one, but if they don't change, man, these shows won't change. But what do you think about that draft?
I think it's great. I was watching JD earlier, and he was kind of breaking down the Raw roster and breaking down how it literally hasn't changed since fucking the last superstar shakeup we got, aside from a few different things. But the more he mentioned it, the more I was thinking about it. It's like, yeah, it's like this Raw roster has been the same for essentially like almost a year and a half, almost 2 years at this point. And my God, this fucking these rosters feel so like thin, like with superstar power, if you will, or star power. Like they just feel so thin. Like there's like only a couple legitimate like stars on each show where it's like, man, I mean, you should have like people that are superstars, but you should have at least a couple stars. But hey, That's WWE's fault, bro. They need to build people. They need to build
Exactly.
people. You're not going to get your company any further by sticking to the same cookie jar people. Those people are fine to have as staples. That's fine. But in the meantime, you have staples and you also need superstar people can that you can trust to be a champion because your superstars can't be champion all the time. So you gotta have stars that can fill the voids. And they don't. They don't. They refuse it. They don't fucking like it. Who fucking knows at this point with this company? They don't like building stars. That's their new philosophy. They want to stick to people that are built. Well, how are you, how do you, okay, so you're sticking to people that are stars, right? Yet you are having Seth Rollins, one of your stars, wrestle Dominic Mysterio at SummerSlam. At fucking SummerSlam. What?
SummerSlam.
Isn't he supposed to be one of your big stars? Why, if he's such a big star and you don't want to build any stars, then why isn't he challenging for the United States Championship? Because you clearly don't want to build Apollo Crews. Clearly.
Clearly. God,
So, it's just ridiculous. Honest. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Apollo's gone, and then he just comes back and beats MVP, and apparently he owes him another rematch at SummerSlam, and he beat him clean. But apparently because of power outages that Apollo had nothing to do with, now MVP deserves another rematch clause, apparently. Why
that's just rookie.
why didn't they fill the void there with Bobby Lashley? And then have
Uh,
Lashley win, bro.
I don't get it. Why is MVP the US champ? Or why is he even contending? He should just be a mouthpiece. Why is he wrestling? Dude,
Honestly. He fits that role so well.
he
So let's have
fits
him
it
wrestle.
amazing. That's Vince logic, man. He'll never make sense at this fucking
Never.
point. God. I don't, man. The inside of that mind is probably so fucking scary. It'll give you fucking nightmares. That man, people say Kanye needs fucking therapy. No, Vince McMahon needs fucking therapy, man. God, get that man with some therapy, please. He needs it, clearly.
Honestly.
God, fucking
Um,
hell.
yeah. I mean, uh, unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. But,
Seriously.
yeah. So, yeah, the rosters honestly just feel so shortchanged as far as, like, star power goes, and it is just completely stupid, how they run their fucking company. But, yeah. Regardless, real quick, as before we get on to the last two stories here on the podcast, we got a little, not really wrestling news, but a bit of some interesting life news, if you will. Hugo Savinovich, says that, very interesting. Says that Karrion Kross is more than just a brutal fighter in the ring. He was also a legit hired murderer. Savinovich claims that Kross was a real-life mercenary when he was in his youth, as he was contracted to do dirty jobs for mafia groups. You can read a portion of what he said, translated from. Oh, that's just a part of the article. Yeah, but that's pretty much what he said. This guy, Hugo Savinovich, claims that Karrion Kross was a real-life mercenary, and in his younger years, was contracted to do dirty jobs for mafia groups. Jesus Christ, what do you think about that?
Well, I also heard news, like updating that news, that the truth was lost in translation, which I think what Hugovich, or whatever the fuck his name was trying to say that, yes, he probably was some type of like, mercenary, hired person. Yeah, I don't think he killed people. I just think he was a general mercenary for cartels. I mean, if he is, holy fuck, man. But I think he was one of those legal mercenaries, that's hired by private militaries, that protects rich people, probably does protect cartels, but they're not gonna put that on the books. But I think what they're trying to say is that he was just a legal mercenary that would protect and probably go on missions for some private mercenary group. Now, who that group work with? Probably cartels, probably like rich people, like to do some maybe fucked up shit. But man, that's just bro. And the thing is, like, it's always those people like Karen Cross that are like that, because if you look at who he really is, he's a chill ass dude. He meditates, he's fucking chill, and those are the type to be doing that shit, man.
Yeah,
So,
it's probably because who knows if he. I mean, if that's true, he probably could have some kind of fucking
yeah,
PTSD from
yeah.
killing people. But
And he
it's
probably
just
has inner demons. We never
it's
know.
it's so crazy because like anytime you see this guy on television, he's talking like he's gonna kill somebody. And and then and then this week on NXT, he has a segment where he's choking this dude out and he's walking away, and all these people are laying there, and it looks like they're all dead behind him. And it looks like he just went through and killed a whole group of people. And then this comes out, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, that's fucking interesting. But yeah, whether that's true or not, obviously, there probably could have just been some communication disputes. There's my wonderful, beautiful niece in the background having a fit, nonetheless. But yeah, there probably was just some kind of communication disputes through translation, because if that is true, Jesus Christ, this guy. That's just crazy. Considering, like I said, anytime this guy comes on television, he's fucking talking like he's gonna kill somebody.
And shit.
And what do you know? He's a mercenary. So, well, X or whatever. But, yeah. Moving on, guys. Final two stories. We touched on this on Unscripted a little bit ago, a couple days ago, I mean. WWE debuts this week. They debut of Raw Underground with Shane McMahon hosting it, along with strippers and Babatunde and Jesus Christ, who books this shit? Who booked this garbage? But yes. So, yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. So the idea behind debuting Raw Underground was to what do you think about it, bro?
Bro.
We touched on it a little bit, but just your immediate thoughts.
My immediate thoughts, man. They are the uncle that is so lame but tries so hard to be cool, and it's even more lame. Like, dude, you're already lame. Stop trying to be cool. Like, your knockoff Lucha Underground isn't cool, bro. Like, that's not what 18 to 28-year-olds or what the fuck their demographic is. That's not what they want to see. That's not what we want to see. All we want to see is good booking. And thanks to AEW, some good, genuine cursing. Some genuine not Roman Reigns calling someone a bitch every 5 minutes. That is not cool. That's just cringy. That is lame. Like, just be real. Act like real adults that actually want to beat each other's ass, and that's where because that's what AEW does. Look at Moxley. He's just a real ass dude that just really expresses how he wants to beat someone's ass, and he's cool as fuck, and just that's all I have to do. Like, it's PG-13, or yeah, it's killing him. It's not like. The thing is, not even that, because NXT is PG-13, and NXT is fucking cool. Or, I mean, it's kind of losing it a little, but 2018 NXT was the definition of fucking cool. Like, come on, man, it's not that hard. Just book good, make your stars look good, and make them cool. Don't do cool gimmick segments. Have cool people. It's not that hard, Vince. But yeah, bro. What's your immediate thoughts about this?
Wonderful. I loved
God.
every second of seeing Babatunde return to television. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, just book people. Bro, just book people, dude. Why? Why is this needed and who asked for this? If you wanted something to feel like a shoot, like you just mentioned about the PG-13, if you wanted something to be a shoot, bro, why don't you just let people have free reign on their promos? Why don't you let people get called pricks on the weekly and a bitch in a less cringy way? Again, bro, why are we not cursing and saying words like, I'll never forget when Bobby Lashley told Sami Zayn, this Sunday, I'm gonna beat your butt. Motherfucker, you're 40 years old. You are 40 years old telling another grown-ass man you're gonna beat his butt. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? 40 years old.
His big muscly ass is saying, I'm gonna beat your butt.
That's almost as bad as Brian Cage's real name being Button.
Yeah. What the Dude, what? God, dude, you are a grown ass man. Bro, people in middle school talk about how they're gonna kick each other's ass. Come on, man.
Oh, it's like,
come on.
People in fucking middle school are saying that we're gonna shoot people. At least in our middle school.
At least, yeah.
The fuck?
Come on, man. What the fuck?
He's over here. Do you have any idea how it makes that look? You have any idea how retarded that makes a guy like Bobby Lashley look? He's telling Sami Zayn he's gonna beat his butt, and Sami Zayn's bringing out fucking 3 dudes with wigs on, saying they're his sisters. What are we, fucking 4? My fucking 3-year-old niece could probably fucking book a more intense segment than half of the shit we see on a week-to-week basis on WWE television. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Yeah, but, dude, again, bro, just let people do shoot promos. What do we need shoot fights for? Why don't you just book a fight pit match? The fuck?
Exactly.
Fucking underground. Dabakato. Jesus Christ. And like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, I haven't watched Lucha Underground since, I think, my freshman year of high school when the shit was on Netflix, but wasn't there a guy in Lucha Underground named, like, Dario Kato or something like that? And they have Dabakato?
Something like that.
Really?
Yes. Really.
Really?
God.
Yeah, absolutely. My immediate thoughts. I mean, if you want us to go full in depth and just dog on this fucking trash, you could go watch our first episode of Notorious Unscripted. If you guys do not know, again, that is our new show, weekly show. Instead of the theme shows, we are now doing our segment Notorious Unscripted. So if you want us to completely give our in-depth thoughts, which is basically what that show is probably going to be used for, kind of reporting on shit we see on a week-to-week WWE, and which we have a lot to bring up, seeing that the baddest son of a bitch on the planet came back tonight in a fucking phone-recorded video that his whole head was just in the whole frame. But you'll probably get our immediate thoughts on that, which is basically what that show's going to be used for. In depth, off the script, no pun intended. But yeah, completely unscripted shit. Just on our immediate thoughts, since we're not really reporting on like weekly WWE television here, we're kind of just bringing up obviously news. So yeah, that's what that show's for. So if you want us to completely give our in-depth thoughts on wrestling as a whole recently, and also Raw Underground and what we're about to talk about next, being that seems to be the talk of the town in the wrestling world. So yeah, just go please watch that episode. Great episode. But yeah, next up, man, we got a lot more to talk about considering what happened on SmackDown But yes, Raw Underground again completely unneeded. So next up, we got their new faction. This Monday on Raw, literally a couple hours before the show, they announced that there was going to be Shane McMahon and a new faction was coming. But if everybody knew they were coming, why would they come in a surprise manner? Like throwing Molotov cocktails at a fucking generator that was clearly just a bunch of production crates stacked on each other with a fucking black tarp covering it.
What did they do? Email fucking Stephanie McMahon talking about, hey, we're gonna show up on your show soon and fuck shit up.
We're coming to
Warning you.
Raw tonight. We're
Yeah.
warning you, we're gonna go beat the shit out of your power generators, so stack a couple production crates so we don't actually fuck the whole PC up. But, yes, there was that. Them throwing Molotov cocktails at production. Invasion, look like it got, they chased everybody out there when they came. Okay, I don't want to sound like I'm being a smartass and that and that the product is too, or I'm too intelligent for the product, but they walked right past the commentators, they get in the ring, and then they hop right out of the ring like, oh shit, the commentators are there. Like, you didn't know they were there the whole time, and then they chase everybody out of there. Like, they just, okay, it looks so goddamn fucking stupid. Like,
Oh, I swear.
the Nexus, granted they didn't start beating up the cameraman at first, but they beat up John Cena. This new faction came out, beat up the ring posts for like 2 seconds, and then realized that there were commentators right there. And
Yeah.
then, so they chased fucking poor Michael Cole. I've never seen a dude run so fast in my life. The greatest commentator of our generation. Just fucking took off, left Corey, and they're over there swinging bats at Corey, but Cole fucking took off. He probably didn't want another Booker situation. Remember when Booker tripped him?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
His ass and booked it. They got his ass.
But yeah, and then they start telling the cameramen, get out of there unless they want to get their asses beat. And there was a lot of bleeping. And the cameramen literally just dropped the cameras and dipped, which, I mean, it's a smart thing to do. And then they start surrounding these fans, NXT talent, and they start, like, surrounding them, and the lady's, like, trying to run, but they're, like, surrounding her, and they're, like, jumping in a weird looks so fucking weird. And then they start spray painting the plexiglass. They flipped over the announce table, and I was watching this with my girlfriend, and, you know, I am so embarrassed. Dude, the last time me and my girlfriend watched wrestling together, it was the segment where they all sang karaoke. Do you know how embarrassed that makes me to have to try to explain to her why I watch this shit? Like, she was even asking me, she's like, what are you watching? And I'm like, I'm too embarrassed to even fucking say what I'm watching. I'm watching SmackDown, unfortunately. But my God, and the whole time I'm watching this, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, you know, I would like to like this, but I wasn't sure how everybody else was reacting to it. But, like, the whole time I'm watching it, I was just like, this looks so, like, lame, and, like, they look like they're, like, acting like they're causing chaos. Like, if I were to go out in my living room and start jumping on the couch at 3 in the morning and screaming and fucking popping off firecrackers in the living room, like, it just looked so, like, scripted, chaotic, and it looked like they were just on a cue, and to me, this was, like, the worst part of it all. There's the fucking part, the fucking part where they're all in the ring, and some motherfucker cuts on a goddamn chainsaw.
Oh my god.
And he starts cutting the ring ropes. And it just looks so overly produced to the point where I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, if this has anything to do with Ciampa, Gargano, or Dijak, this is so embarrassing to their characters. Considering they could go out there and beat the shit out of Otis and steal his fucking briefcase and cash it and fucking just steal his fucking briefcase and cash it in for themselves because they're better than everybody on the roster and they know it. And and oh god, this is so bad. And if they're subjected to cutting ring ropes with a chainsaw, then that's a whole thing that was running through my head. And oh god, dude, you know how I mentioned Vanessa Bourne?
Mm-hmm.
One of two of the women's hoods popped off, and I seen curly hair, and I was like, oh god, the fucking Vanessa Bourne's gonna be in this faction. That's all I could think about. So, dude, Vanessa Bourne had curly hair, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think she did.
God. But yeah, I just can't. Dude, when he pulled out that chainsaw, I was like, dude, you have to be fucking kidding me right now.
It's so hard to make them cool, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's like, which is why I emphasize cool in the title, because it's so lame. It's like the whole time I was thinking to myself, I'm like, this is what the Nexus invasion would have looked like if the Nexus debuted in 2020. Like, it's so goddamn fucking lame, bro. It's like, I'm watching the shit, and I just honestly can't help but laugh, because I'm like, is this motherfucker seriously cutting the ring rope with a chainsaw? Are you, like, what? Dude, like, if you wanted to make an impact, and if you wanted to make it interesting, like, oh god, these people are gonna make an impact, have these motherfuckers jack Otis's briefcase. He was in the main event.
Exactly.
And have the fucking motherfucker not get it back. He's not doing anything with it anyway.
Fuck him. Like, bro.
Forget about it. It'll make his group more sympathetic anyway. Tucky could pull him out from the dark hole, bro. I mean, come on, dude. But, bro, now that I just got done laughing about this shit, what do you fucking think about this garbage? Unless you liked it.
Oh, I loved it, man. I thought it was so cool. I just... that is the most try-hard lame I've ever fucking seen. Like, bro, when he pulled that chainsaw out, I knew they were already done. Like, dude, chainsaw really took, just cut one rope. Like, dude.
He cut all three of them.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I think I dozed off at that fucking point, man. Like, dude, just, then they just go spray paint the plexiglass, and, like you said, the way they arrived, they just walk in, stand in the ring for a second, look around, and start beating people up.
And like, bro, they started beating up the ring post with bats. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the ring post, they're not gonna actually break a ring post for the segment. The fuck, who would have beat up Otis? Bro, if they wanted to break something, they could have broke open the briefcase, stole the contract in it, and dipped. And then like beat up fucking Michael Cole, because at least that's funny to laugh at.
You know what would have been so funny, bro, if he tried to climb over the plexiglass.
He started beating on his ass as he's hanging there.
Like, bro, come on, bro, at least make me laugh. I mean, they did a great job at making me laugh, because, dude, they tried so hard to make that fucking serious and legitimate, and it just came off. So, like, once I heard the chainsaw, I was like, bro, as if this invasion hasn't been bad enough. Like, they ran right past Cole and Corey. They get in the ring and start beating up the ropes and the ring posts. And I'm like, what the fuck are you beating up the ring for? and then they realize, oh shit, there's commentators right there. I was like, what the fuck? So, oh god.
They could have done cool shit, like they could have had one of them actually grab the cameras and be the one recording the rest of the group fucking some shit up. But no, they just had the fucking, what, I always forget what it's called. The main cam or
The
what is it
hard
called
cam.
again? The hard cam. They just had the hard cam on. Like, bro, could have had just one of them pick up one of the cameras, start recording the rest of them. You know, and bro, it looks so stupid when they walk past the fucking commentators. Like like the Nexus. Like literally, you were just watching the show, and then all of a sudden, you just heard people
Yes.
get beat up, and then the
Yes,
camera,
bro.
then you just start to notice, oh shit, these people are getting beat up, and nope, they come out to the ring, stand in the ring, swing a bat and a fucking ring post, and then go beat people up.
You know what I
So,
think was so cool about the Nexus too is Barrett slowly walked his ass to the ring, and
yeah,
right when he got to like the end of the ramp, you just seen all the Nexus members emerge, and it slowly happened to where everybody's processing this shit. They're like, "Oh shit!" They're like, "What the fuck is happening right now?" And all of the sudden, they beat up Cena, and everybody's like, "Oh
yeah,
damn, they're beating up Cena." And then, then it was the first time that happened. But you would think, I mean, Michael Cole, clearly the smartest man there, knew what happened the first time around, and he dipped. And I mean, it made the commentators look smarter, but like the commentators, obviously, that was the first time back then anything like that ever happened. So the commentators legitimately were shocked. The cameramen have never been. They literally beat up everybody at ringside, and they started tearing the shit apart with their hands, not chainsaws.
well, yeah, like, dude. Don't use fucking a chainsaw or a little flamethrower, like, bro. Just rip shit
What
up,
is this? The
bro. Just,
Takeover Dallas Demon? Is he back?
yeah, what is this a like, bro, they are such a wannabe sanity, it is so sad. Like, do some cool they should have just instantly got to beat people up, man, because, like you were talking about, what made the fucking Nexus debut so perfect, it was so slow paced and then so fast at the
Yeah.
same time, man. The fans were left confused, and that's how you do one of those segments. You don't introduce them like non-verbally, and then just have them beat them up. No, you introduce them after they're done fucking shit up next week.
They pretty
You
much
let
introduced them through surveillance footage and a tweet.
Seriously, and then they showed how they look, their little look in the ring, and then just got to beating people up. Like, bro, like no one had any idea about the Nexus, and it just happened. That's how they did it. They should have did this, bro.
What would
Like,
have made it better is if they had bats and crowbars. It still looked cheesy that
yeah,
they're all in all black gear, but if they came from the crowd and started attacking the talent and then
bro,
surrounded everybody
swear,
and all your ways out of the plexiglass, so basically the timekeeper's area and the entrance ramp are the only parts that you can like escape from that little plexiglass shield they got going there. And then they just fucking picked apart. That way nobody had anything out, or nobody had any way out, and we could see Michael Cole get beat up hanging there.
exactly,
so, so,
bro. If this
what were you
isn't
saying? Sorry.
If this isn't behind, from the fucking hacker, or if this isn't retribution from the hacker gimmick for Mustafa being the leader, then what the fuck are you doing this for, bro? Mustafa better be the fucking leader, and the hacker, they should be the result of the hacker gimmick, man, that they just scrapped, because it would make sense. Ali hacking shit up, and then Ali and Gable, and then when nothing's happening, they take a break, let the people breathe, and just hit them with this faction, man. That could be a salvageable thing for this faction, man, and just, cause, bro, that was just so lame, man. Man, God, it was, like you said, they should have blocked off the entrances, started beating people up, gave people no escape, something cool, man, something cool, sudden and slow at the same time, man. It's not too difficult to think about, man, but that was just the definition of not cool.
Honestly, like, that shit just fucking completely just made me laugh. So I was like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, oh my god. What are these people doing, bro? Why would they introduce something like that? Like a chainsaw? What is this, fucking Texas Massacre?
Swear, man. Like, what are
Ah,
you cutting ropes for?
they could, they could have did something, bro. They could have did anything. Like, I don't know. It felt like they were trying to. How do I make this as serious as possible? Have them pull out a fucking chainsaw. What?
Yeah.
That's so
They could have
cheesy.
undone the ropes a little bit and then throw someone in there and have them burst. That would have been cool. Not
Yeah,
ripping
bro.
out. They're trying so hard to be cool, and it's just so lame. God.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, that's my thoughts on this whole retribution thing. My God, ridiculous.
God.
Yeah, bro. Is there anything else you gotta say?
Nah, man, nah. I'm just. Oh God, man.
Alrighty, guys. Well, as Dolph Ziggler wins the WWE Championship, and
Bruh.
we are closing this episode, you guys. Yeah, that is gonna do it for this episode, you guys. And yeah, again, this is the news episode of our podcast, and make sure to stay tuned in for the weekly show, which should be obviously sometime within the next couple days. Here, we got Notorious Unscripted, another episode of that, and yeah, the second time we'll be shooting from the hip with Notorious Unscripted, bro. Yeah, that is gonna do it for you guys for this episode. If you guys did enjoy this episode, please let us know. And yeah, bro. So yes, again, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who I am. I am Johnny Mayhem.
I'm Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Newsman. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next week with Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.